Hi, welcome to another one. It's been a while, and this one is a new fragrance video, like a bit of a wrap up for the year. It's been a busy year, and yeah, it's ending off on a good note. So I'll be splitting this video into two sort of year-end fragrance releases to look forward to either 2025 or 2026. So it's a mixture. So a bit of these have been out for a bit, but you know, I've been out of action, but here goes, right? So the first one from the house of Moschino, so it's Toy Boy 2, right? So it's the teddy bear and it's back again, right? So they say the teddy is back. Toy Boy 2 was recently announced by the designer brand Moschino, revealing another chapter of lively signature charm. The fragrance serves as a direct flanker to the original Toy Boy, the spicy, rosy offering that speaks directly to me, right? So it was a spicy, rosy fragrance. In this edition, the woody, spicy nuances are highly amplified to highlight the ruggedly masculine side of the man who steals heart's eyes and with his pure masculine energy and unfiltered charm. Well, that's a lot, right? So top notes here are saffron accord, nutmeg, Indonesia, and fresh ginger, right? And then the heart, we've got coffee extract, cedar wood, akigale wood. And then the base, we've got citrus concrete, sisters concrete, vetiver oil, and myrrh resinoid, right? So the saffron, myrrh, you know, there's a punch coming in there. Lots of wood, coffee. Yeah, it's a nice mix. You know, I think the ginger gives it that fresh, spicy type of herbally, note there. So yeah, definitely something to look forward to from Moschino, Toy Boy 2, right? The next one from Xerjoff, Torino 25. And the notes here are ginger, grapefruit, saffron, rhubarb in the top. And then the mid, you've got leather, juniper, and suede. And then the base, we've got amber, musk, and vetiver, right? So the story behind this is to say, to mark the 5th anniversary of its partnership with Nitto ATP Finals, Xerjoff is launching Torino 25, a unisex fragrance designed to capture the olfactory, the moment of victory, right? Let me see, what's that? A unisex fragrance designed to olfactorily capture the moment of victory, right? So capture the moment of victory through your olfactory system, right? So yeah, that's Torino 25 from the house of Xerjoff, right? The next one, African Rooibos from Intens Notes, right? So this one here took a keen interest because of the note of Rooibos, which is, you know, an indigenous tea that grows in South Africa, right? So we grow it in South Africa, we love it, we enjoy it, it's nice and healthy. And yeah, so this American niche label, Chris Collins, has taken it up and made something out of it. Yeah? So from Chris Collins, African Rooibos Intens, right? So top notes here are bergamot, cardamom, and black pepper. And then the heart, you've got that Rooibos tea accord. And then, by the way, Rooibos just means red bush, right? The tea is very reddish, but very nice and healthy, right? So Rooibos tea accord, orange butter, vanilla, bourbon, Absolute in the heart. And then the base, we've got cedar wood, tonka bean, immortelle flower, Absolute, and ambroxan overdose. So yeah, a bit of that blue vibe with the tea, vanilla, you know, and then the spicy herbally up top with the bergamot, fresh cardamom, black pepper. So very interesting. So the story here is the American niche label Chris Collins has recently greenlit African Rooibos Intens, a denser, more prominent flanker to the original African Rooibos from the Rubens collection, right? This bolder interpretation underscores the allure of vanilla bourbon Absolute as it meets the opulence of ambroxan. It's a daring, highly nuanced flanker that highlights the raw sensuality of intimacy in an extracted perform concentration. So very interesting. If we can get your hands on this, sounds something like my alley. I love vanilla fragrances, so yeah, this is one of them. I can just imagine that vanilla Rooibos mixture. Very nice, right? And then the next batch here from Acqua Colonia, 3 fragrances, right? No, actually not 3 fragrances, but 4 fragrances, right? So No, actually 3, right? So from Acqua Colonia collection Absolue from the house of 4711, the first one is Imperial tobacco, right? Top notes here are Guatemalan, cardamom, Sri Lankan black tea, and grapefruit at the top. And then the mid, you've got the lavender, tobacco, tonka bean, absolute. And then the base, you've got Gaiac wood, Spanish labdanum, and amorous, right? So yeah, this is a tobacco-y, punchy type of fragrance, I would guess. Yeah, a bit of freshness, tea, cardamom to give it a fresh vibe at the top there. But yeah, the tobacco, tonka bean, absolute, lavender in the mid, I think packs a punch with the woods in the base, right? So then the next one is white cedar. Top notes of white cedar from Acqua Colonia 4711, cardamom and violet leaf. Then the heart, you've got cedarwood, iris, and papyrus. And then the base, you've got ambergris, leather, and sandalwood. So this is, yeah, I think this would be a more leathery type of fragrance, leathery, maybe florally type of fragrance with a bit of that powdery vibe of the iris, right? So, and then the next one from this collection, Royal Oud, right? So elemi resin, raspberry, and saffron at the top. So the punch, elemi resin, the fruitiness of the raspberry, the saffron punch at the top. Then you've got the jasmine, oud, rose absolute, and vanilla in the mid. And then the base, you've got amber, amorous, cedarwood, leather, and patchouli. So it's one of those punchy, literally rose oud type of fragrances, right? Yeah, and then the next one from the House of French Avenue from their Vulcan line. So this is Vulcan Black Friday. So this was I think it was what would you call a Black Friday special release. That's why it's called Vulcan Black Friday. Top notes here: apple, cinnamon, saffron, and then the heart you've got leather and rose, and then the base you've got moss, musk, papyrus, patchouli, right? Yeah, very interesting note breakdown here. I think the fruity cinnamon, saffron, spiciness up top, the leather, you know, calming things down there, and then the base of the moss, musk, papyrus, patchouli. Very interesting. Can't quite put my nose on it. It doesn't quite trigger much because it's a whole lot of notes here. But yeah, I think with that apple, cinnamon, saffron, I get a bit of an idea of what it's all about. But yeah, something to look forward to, and definitely the price would be good. It's a French Avenue. So yeah, moving on. From the house of Cristiano Ronaldo, CR7 Energy is the name of the fragrance now from this line. I think, yeah, CR7 Energies, there's other CR7s, I think. Yeah, this is a flanker. Top notes are bergamot, ginger zest, and green cardamom. And then the heart, you've got grass, orange blossom, vanilla, lavender. And then the base, you've got cedarwood, tree moss, patchouli, right? So woods at the base. And then the mid, you've got that grass, orange blossom, lavender, and then bergamot, ginger zest, green cardamom at the top. So fresh, herbally up top. And then, yeah, with the woods in the base and the bit of fruitiness in the mid. The next one from the house of Roja Parfums, from Roger Dove. Champagne at BG, right? So notes here are honey, tropical fruits, vanilla, amber, champagne, oud, patchouli, right? So very fruity with that champagne pop and the oud. I have no idea what this smells like. This looks like could be 2 fragrances in one, right? So I'm just thinking to myself, how would the honey, fruits, vanilla, amber, champagne, oud, and patchouli be like? But yeah, this is a niche house, so usually it's good, right? They produce stuff that's worth talking about, with, you know, that leaves you with a bit of food for thought, right? So yeah, and then the last one on this list, another one from French Avenue, which is just pushing out fragrances like there's no tomorrow. French, from the house of French Avenue, Nectar extra dose, right? But yeah, Nectar extra dose, that's what it is, right? So top notes here: bergamot, bitter orange, ginger, neroli pear. And then the heart, you've got honey, jasmine, orange blossom, tuberose. And then the base, you've got musk, tobacco, vanilla, walnut, milk, and the woody notes. And yeah, here the musk, tobacco, vanilla, walnut, milk, woody notes are what catches me. Anything else that came before this, I don't think it really matters. But the combination of the tobacco, vanilla, walnut, milk, and the woody notes, this is a good fragrance, right? Yeah, so with that said, till the next video, this is part 1 of 2 for year-end releases. Peace.